Yo, yo, what is up, YouTube? It's Junkie, and I'm back with another video. This video here is a video that I've been thinking about making and helping new collectors or new people getting into comics. This is my personal top 10 ideas to help them get into comics and help them along the way. That might ease some of the pain, if you will, of getting into collecting comics, because it's it can be a big job getting into it, like all the things that you have to think about, and so I figured, why not make a video to help people out. So I wrote down some bullet points on a thing here, and because back when most of us started collecting, we didn't have any help. We just kind of jumped into it. So you're going to find many videos on YouTube on how to help you collect comics, how to help you get into collecting comics, pitfalls and stuff like that. So these are just some of the things that I've learned over the years that I wish I knew back then, and I figured I'd spread my knowledge and help new collectors out. Hell, this can even help old collectors out too. But most of the people that have been collecting for a while pretty much know these little bullet points here. So I made a little list here, and it's top 10 ideas to help new collectors get into collecting comics. First off, know what you like. It's always a good idea when getting to collecting comics, have an idea of what you like X-Men, Avengers, Hulk, Batman, Superman, Justice League. There's so many different choices out there, and if you know what you like, it's always easy to get into collecting comics because it gives you an idea what you can shoot for. If you're a big X-Men fan like I am, your best bet is just to jump in getting X-Men comics and seeing if you've never read a story, you've only seen the movies. Try getting a couple single issues and see what you like. Okay, number 2, know your budget. That's the big thing. Budget is a big issue with a lot of collectors. I've seen a lot of people go way over their budget where they're buying comics and not paying bills, and the next thing you know, they're selling books to try to make up their bills or whatever. Never spend bill money to buy comic books. Comic books can be addicting. The whole if you get into speculation, which I don't recommend for new collectors to do, but if you do get into it, it's a whole different game, and you can spend your budget, or you can spend your rent money, or your gas money, or your electric bill money on comics. It's easy to do, and I've done it in the past. I'm sure I'm sure almost 95% of the collectors out there have done that, spent bill money on comics. So know your budget, know what you can spend. Make sure you budget out your paychecks, and you put your money aside for food, for family expenses if you have a family. If you're single, make sure you put out your money. If you only have $50 a week, then that's your budget. Stick to it, and go from there. Think outside the box. For me, that means if you're only into superhero comics, try some horror comics. If you're into horror movies, there are a lot of good horror comics out there. There's a lot of war comics out there that are really good, especially the Bronze Age, Silver Age war books. They're really good, like Unknown Soldier, Weird War Tales, GI Combat. There's so many different types of books that are out there. So don't just think Superman or Batman or X-Men or Avengers. Think of other things outside the box, that are not typical for what you would like. Because you'd be surprised, you might find something in the horror genre or the war genre that you might really like, and you never would have thought. A big one nowadays that we didn't have as older collectors back in the day is watch YouTube. Search comic book videos, and you'll find a plethora of videos to watch. My go-to people: Metarog, Library of Comics, Master X, Adam the Comics Hoarder. I mean, there's just so many different, Joker 68. So many of my favorite YouTubers just show great content. There's so many YouTubers out there. As a new collector, I would stay away from the speculation videos or the variant videos just for now. Just, while you're getting your feet wet into collecting comics and finding what you like, try watching YouTube. You can find favorite storylines on YouTube, so people will talk about their favorite storylines. If it sounds interesting, you can pick it up. Which leads me to my next one, number 6. Buy a trade paperback. This is a little bit bigger than a trade paperback. It's an X-Men Essential. It's great. It has 10. This one has issues in Giant Size X-Men number 1, X-Men 94 through 119, all inside this one book. And it only cost, I can't remember how much. I got this cheap on eBay. eBay is my place to go for trade paperbacks. They're cheap. You get them usually for a quarter to half the price of brand new in the stores. And it gives you a collection of stories on the inside. I bought this on eBay. The only downside to these big essential books is they're black and white. But you get the story. You get the idea what's going on. So you can buy one of these for $10, $12, $15, $20, and you have a collection of 20, 30 comics in one book. Buy one of those. But if you've never read an X-Men story, buy X-Men Essential Volume 1 and start with, that's where the new X-Men come in, which is this group here. You can read that and tell if it's something you'd be interested in. And if you don't like it and you only spent $15, you can donate it to a library, you can give it to a friend, you can try to sell it on eBay, take it to a local comic store and try to trade it in for credit and buy something you might like. But trade paperbacks and essential volumes or omnibuses, they're great ways to get different stories of stuff you may not know if you like or not. So buy a trade paperback. Number 7, don't panic. Collecting comics and getting into comics, there's so much information and there's so much hype around speculation and selling and is your collection going to be worth money? Don't worry about that now. You're just getting into comics. Worry about what you like to read, staying within your budget, finding good storylines, finding the art you like, but just don't panic. If you get discouraged and you can't find anything you like, just don't quit. Like I said, think outside the box. If you thought you watched the Avengers movies and you loved it, and then you picked up one of these of the Avengers and you found out you didn't like the books as much, don't just give up. Find something else. Try an X-Men book. Try a Justice League America book. Try a Batman book. Try Superman or Wonder Woman. Whatever it is, just don't panic. Don't quit. And find something. Think outside the box. Find something you like. Buy a trade paperback. Watch YouTube videos, and you'll find your way. Then, once you get past all that, have a plan. Okay, do I want to collect just trade paperbacks? Do I want to collect... Okay, I've bought 3 or 4 trade paperbacks, and I really like the story. Now I want to start collecting comics. So this is where you have to come up with a plan. Do I want to collect just trade paperbacks, or do I want to collect single issues and trade paperbacks? Some people, myself included, some of these older X-Men books are really valuable, really expensive, and you're gonna spend some money on them, and you might not want to take them out of that bag or and read them. So I kind of do both. I buy single issues and I buy trade paperbacks. This way, if I want to read this storyline, I can just grab that and read it instead of grabbing all my single issues and worrying about them getting damaged or the tape sticking to them, or if you're a younger collector, your brother, your sister, or your mom or your dad, or your girlfriend, your husband damaging the book. Trade paperbacks are an easy way to read the story and also collect single issues as a way of collecting. Number 9, here's the big thing. Get the right supplies. Make sure you get acid-free bags and acid-free boards. Now, my personal advice to new collectors is if you're just starting out fresh with comics and you have a plan, you found what you like, you're within your budget. This also falls into staying within your budget. If you just started collecting comics and you have 10 books or 20 books or 100 books, whatever it is you have, buy Mylar bags and acid-free backing boards. Here's the reason why. Mylar bags don't deteriorate over time. They pretty much last forever. So once you buy your book and you put it in a Mylar bag with an acid-free board, you're set for as long as you keep that book. That bag will last for the most part, unless you throw it around and you damage it. If you keep it in a nice box, and which right here is, these are called comic book short boxes by BCW. That's what you put your collection in. There you go. Bagged and boarded in a box, nice and snug. That's what you want to do. But for me, if I could start over from scratch, I would put everything in Mylar bags. Mylar bags are the best bags. They're going to protect your books. They're going to keep. They're not going to deteriorate like poly bags will. Poly bags over time, after about 5 to 7 years, they start to break down and you have to change them out. So, yes, Mylar bags are a little bit more expensive. They're about $20 to $22 for 100, or for 50, I mean. But they're worth it. They last a very long time. So, get the right supplies. Make sure you get a short box. Don't throw them in a banana box or a plastic tub. Get a box made specifically for comics. They have different sizes. They have a short box, they have magazine boxes, they have CGC boxes. There's different sizes, but you just want to get a basic short box for regular comics, if that's what you're collecting. And keep your comics nice, keep them neat, keep them in a cool, dark place, and you're good. Last of all, have fun. Make sure you have fun when you're collecting comics. That's what it's all about. It's having fun. Don't fall into the hype. Don't panic, and just have fun collecting comics. Read the stories. Collect X-Men if you want, or DC, or indie books, or horror books, or war books. But then after a while, think outside the box and start collecting something else you might like. But bottom line, have fun. Have fun collecting comics, man. That's what it's all about. It's about having fun, reading good stories, coming home from work and letting your brain go and kind of just go into a different world and kind of, live vicariously through the characters in the comics you're reading. But I hope this helps. About a 12-minute video. If you have any questions, leave them in the, down below in the comment section. But I hope this helps. I hope this helps new collectors, and hell, this might even help some older collectors. But it's all about having fun. Don't panic. Stay within budget. Get the right supplies. Watch YouTube. Know what you like. All these are great tips that I wish I had when I first started collecting comics, hell, 40 years ago. So anyways, guys, this is The Junkie. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, thumbs up, subscribe, and leave comments. I will try to answer all of them back. And have fun, guys, and make sure you enjoy collecting comics. It's what it's all about. It's having fun and enjoying the story arcs. Peace.